Network Entertainment.
Hello everyone! Welcome to another episode of Kaya Pa Ba with Baus Rufo. At para sa ating offering for today, ang aking guest is actually probably one of the closest in terms of like what we do because pareho kaming may podcast na nag-host na Multi-Hyphenate. So please welcome from the very, very highly acclaimed podcast, Paano Kung? Please welcome Joelle.
Hello! Kaya pa natin today.
Correct. So, actually guys, kakatapos lang namin ng recording para sa podcast niya. In fact, ito rin po yung blocking namin. Pinagpalit lang namin yung ilaw.
Ilaw lang.
Oo.
So, ito yung talagang paano kung kaya pa ba?
Correct. Paano kung pagtuhugin natin ng recording? O, di ba? Pero sis, kamusta ka naman?
Ito, I'm so excited about seeing things na common sa atin na discover natin from that conversation.
Correct.
Day 174 ng Paano Kung. If you wanna see lip, then another side of house.
Yes.
As
So,
well.
I guess, kamusta ka today? It is a Monday. You just finished one recording. Like, how are you? Where are you? Why are you?
Checking in.
Oo.
Why am I? I'm feeling great, honestly. Kasi I'm in my travel era right now. Tapos meron akong 2 weeks lang of pahinga ng onte plus trabaho.
Correct.
So, ang ganda talaga ng nagagawa ng pagpapahinga. And I feel like I'm doing, nagme-mini retirement ako na break. Yun yung feeling ko.
Gets. Ang ganda nun, mini retirement break. So,
Oo, ganun-ganun siya. And it feels so great. People are like, ang glowing mo. Oo, kasi nagpahinga ako eh. So, ang sarap.
yes. And in fact, ganyan rin ako, like, after I travel, like, pagbalik ko, ang dami kong, like, bagong jokes na naiisip sa stand-up. And I feel like that's how kind of the well-restedness kind of manifests.
Yes.
And ikaw din parang, like, ganda lang.
Needed.
Ganda lang. So, you are someone, you are a podcaster, but I think also you are a very, very established voiceover artist and also an events host. You claim to say that being a voiceover artist and what you are doing now is practically your dream job.
Yeah.
Okay? And as someone na nag-ahensya din, na maraming ginawa, naging professional raketera, what informs that statement that, when you say you are living your dream job now?
Kasi I never thought it was possible. Ganun siya. And as a child, ako yung nabansagan akong, alam mo yung pagpalangka letter, ganyan. Like, susulatan ka ng letter and like the things you could, parang sa sobrang tahimik ko daw, parang napapanis na yung laway ko sa sobrang tahimik. Ganun yung description.
Nagkaroon ka ng ganong period? Okay. Okay.
No one believes it anymore because it was way, way back. But that was an era of my life. So I never thought it was possible na that I would be able to share my voice as a voiceover artist. Parang trabaho pala yun na pwede mangyari. And I was a child who loved watching commercials. Yung parang pag nanonood yung lola ko before ng mga soap operas, hindi ako manonood ng soap operas. Tatabi ako at manonood pag commercial kasi natutuwa ako.
Gets.
And so it felt like a dream being part of it na I was able to also be an on-cam talent at some point din. Pero mas masayang mag-voice over for me. It works for what I want to do in my life na ang dami kong gustong mangyari. So that's why it feels like a dream.
So I guess it's safe to assume that now your voice is your instrument, is your bread and butter. Diba? But when did you realize this? Because I guess it takes you a while to be able to know na, you know what? This is what I have to offer. This is what I can bring to the table. When did this parang start kind of sublimating into the, I am like, my voice is kind of my superpower.
Oh my gosh. I've always known, bata pa lang ako, kahit na shy ako, that I could sing. Like, I got that from my parents, my dad for sure. But wala akong star. Yung sabi mo na kwento mo that you wanted to be a pop star, hindi ko siya pinangarap kasi hindi ko kayang at that time. But I knew it was there. The talent was there, but then, andun lang siya. It wasn't a big dream to have. I felt it was like too big of a dream. So, my path then, I thought was, study hard, go corporate, climb that ladder.
Correct.
That was the path we were fed and that was what I followed. But it didn't really align with what I wanted. Parang hindi siya nagmamatch with the life I wanted. So, parang when things didn't work out, I tried many different things. Nag-business, naging burger tendera ako, nagbenta ko ng mga burgers, had a
Burger
restaurant.
tendera, I love it!
Yes!
Okay. Yeah.
That was like 3 years of my life, but through that, I learned how to do graphic design din kasi magma-market ka na lang din and everything. I went into ahensya, ano din ako for a bit. I also had a strong foundation din with acting and theater and film.
Yeah.
That was very important. That's what took me out of my shell for sure. It was a lot of yeses. And a lot of those yeses and nos, kasi parang na-realize ka, parang hindi ko masyado bet, let's try something else. I fell into radio. Yeah, and that wasn't even the plan eh. Parang initially, I was supposed to be an assistant to something else. Tas naging researcher because of the ahensya work. Na, okay, nag-copyright ka. So, I guess you could do research for the DJs. Okay, so research ako I was the researcher for like a month. And then they were like, try mo nga pumasok sa booth. Dun ka nga, let's see how you sound on air, and then nag-train, and then sumunod-sunod na, baka pwede ako mag-radyo. And then kung mag-radyo ka, most of the time, baka mag-voice over ka rin, nag-voice over ka rin ba?
Yeah.
And then nag-connect na rin to the hosting and everything, so dun siya butterfly effect.
Ang ganda, because what I'm hearing from you is, you said a lot of yeses and yes, a lot of nos. But you kind of have to be sensitive enough to the silent yeses of the world as well. Diba when you said na parang, okay, nandun ka as assistant, pero pinag-try ka sa booth, and then nakuha ka ng feedback. I'm sure that time parang, okay, gusto nyo yon, parang, that's weird.
Sige, try lang.
Try
go.
lang natin.
Oo.
Yeah, and then that's when you realize, no, meron pa pala akong ibubuga.
Oo,
Diba?
ganun siya. It was that, and it's a lot. It's something I would have never dreamed of. And that's why I feel like it's a dream, because hindi ko man siya naisip ever. Pero parang there were tiny steps that were led to it, even if I didn't see it at the time, even if it felt na I wasn't meant to dream big.
Yeah.
Oo.
Great way that you put that, parang you weren't allowed to dream big. But
Oo.
because somebody else told you na, I actually see you in this light. And then you realize, teka, nga, no, let me like go plan something for myself in that direction. And of course, eventually that led to you in the podcast and the TikToking and all that.
Connect na lahat ng mga
Nag-connect na lang
skills
siya.
from before. Yes.
Diba? And now, I guess, you can say that you are creative for a living.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yun yung sabi mo nga, full-time creative.
Yeah.
Ang ganda, yes.
Yeah. I guess, ang saya lang no na parang finally the times and the culture have finally been open to parang creative people are badasses as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Diba?
Oo. Yeah, and it's a great time to be alive
Yeah.
and to be working, to be part of the workforce in this period in time. But yeah, although I was very shy, I would say I think it also helps then that yung parents ko didn't expect that I would do something. Parang hindi ako na sinabihan na punta ka dito, ito lang yung gawin mo.
Correct.
That was definitely something that helped, where I had the opportunity and the privilege to be like, oh sige, what do you want?
Go!
I'm like, I don't know, bahala
Bala
ka.
ka! Okay, got it. Yeah, that's great. So, again, let's just go back to you, to being a voiceover artist. Ano ang life cycle ng isang project when you do like a voiceover? Like, do projects get handed to you? Do you audition for something? Paano siya usually from the time na hindi ka pa nakakast to up to the point wherein, oh wow, that's my work na nasa radyo?
Yeah, oh my gosh. So it was a lot of auditions. It's definitely different from auditioning na in person as an on-cam talent or as an actor or even in theater as well. You kind of just submit your files. Voice files lang siya that you submit for a time. And what really helped me be able to do this more for a living and be able to say na, yeah, I actually do voiceover work was the pandemic. It was a time na nag-shift yung mga tao away from the studio and I happened to have the equipment with me. So I was able to submit all the files that I had to these prod production houses. And from there, we're just a label. We're kind of like a folder in the system.
.mp3.
.mp3.
Okay.
Joel can do mom voice, can do child voice, can do teen voice. Parang kung ano man ang kailangang mga boses. Napapakita lang namin yung range ng kaya namin gawin. And based on what the clients, the agency is looking for, isasubmit lang kami along with similar sounding voices.
Got it.
Ganun lang siya.
Got it.
And then sometimes, napipili ka na, sometimes you're record and you do it, but somewhere down the road they realize, ay parang mas ibang boses ang kailangan, lalaki pala, so biglang hindi yun minsan mangyayari. So my mom would always ask, okay lang lalabas when I say I recorded for this brand? And they're like, oh, so ikaw na? I'm like, I'm not sure until I see it, until I hear it.
Okay. Very interesting. I guess I also want to like dig deeper in the process of coming up with a voice. Have you ever encountered a time wherein they gave you a specific note or a specific ask to be this kind of role, and then nung una you kind of resisted, but eventually, dahil chinaga mo, you ended up surprising yourself? May mga ganun bang voice-over roles?
I think the most challenging would have to be yung mga dialects. Kasi
Of course.
Tagalog lang ako.
Yeah.
But thankfully, there are coaches to help. Tapos, tinanong lang ako, parang, do you do this? Kasi, di ba, I mean, you know that.
Yeah.
Pag may Tagalog, may nang ipapadala na Cebuano, and, ano ba, Chavacano, Ilocano, all those things. And I just had to say yes.
Correct.
Gusto nating to expand. So, I was like, okay,
At
sige,
kailangan rin
yes.
natin ng pera.
Kailangan natin
Okay.
pera. Gusto natin ng pera.
Oh.
So, yun yung inaral ko ng paulit-ulit. Sometimes I get recordings. Sometimes through Zoom din siya. Parang uulit-ulitin.
Got it.
I guess these were skills then that were downloaded into my brain na rin from before. Thank you, theater background. Na oo ka na lang sa lahat. So those things helped a lot na parang, kaya pala, okay. Yeah, I do. At hanggang sa inano ko na lang din na, kaya ko po. Yes. Basta may tutulong. Basta may coach po. I will parrot. Ganon.
I love it. And so now, you have managed to keep yourself busy and diba, booked and busy and
gusto
blessed.
natin yan, yes.
So how do you keep yourself relevant in the sense na, you gotta make sure that the gigs and the inquiries keep coming in? What is like a particular, I guess, to use a technical term, like how do you market yourself?
The fear is real. Kasi alam mo namang through the years, laging posibleng may bago.
True.
Or nasa stuck ka minsan sa lockout so you can't do certain voices tas baka makalimutan ka na.
Correct. Yeah.
I guess it's making sure that you always deliver well. Yun yung laging important. As in, parang sometimes feeling ko parang booty call ng mga casters ko. Ganun siya.
And you know what? That's a great place to be in. Yeah.
Kasi they're like, available ka ba to record mamayang gabi? Yes. As much as possible, kahit ano ang gagawin ko, I make sure I'm available just so that I'm kept at the top of mind.
Yes.
Available, easy to work with. I would much rather be that kind of booty call.
Correct.
And delivering options always.
Correct.
Being like, I guess, excellent as much as I can.
Yeah.
And then marketing-wise, TikTok helps a lot where I get to show the work that I've done. There's more pa that I could definitely do kasi under the voice artist umbrella, there's for computer games, there's dubbing,
Correct.
there's all these things pa. So, honestly, hindi ko pa siya na maximize fully, which I hope I get to explore.
That's a good thing, diba?
Yeah.
Na parang there's still another mountain to climb.
Marami pa. But, I mean, it is still a dream na, always going back to the commercials and being able to do that. So fun.
I love it. And so, apart from being a voiceover artist, pareho rin tayong professional events host. For me, it's a very interesting space to be in because I think being an events host, it is it's a high pressure situation. Like, grabe yung pressure niya because there is only one opportunity to hit your mark and you have to hit it. If you don't hit it, it will either derail the program or worst case, you might not get paid or they might not book you again.
Yes, and I'll hunt you
Diba?
at night.
Correct. So you host a lot of life moments, 'di ba? Mga weddings, mga debuts. Ako, wala pa ako sa part na yan. Nandun pa lang ako sa mga corporate part.
Pati corporate, yes.
Yes. Diba? Pero hindi pa ako nakapag-diversify fully into wedding.
Naka-pressure din kasi yun eh. Kasi it's a once in a lifetime.
Correct. So pag ganung mga once in a lifetime, how do you make those moments bearable? Because na parang ilang milyones yung ginastos nung couple para sa kasal na to. Parang, I better get this right. Diba? Like, how do you handle those situations?
I think what has helped kasi, so when I was in radio, 'di ba, parang understood na parang nag-voiceover ka or hosting. I avoided hosting for the longest time.
Oh.
Kasi nakaka-pressure talaga siya.
Yeah.
You're there, you're showing up, you control the entire program. And sabi ko, I'm too shy to do this, ganyan-ganyan. But then, dahil gusto natin ng pera, and like it is a skill that I did want to get better at also. I just put myself in these situations. As in, exposure therapy talaga siya.
Yes.
Hinarap ko yung mga bagay na nandun that I would just accept if there are things that I say wrong. Parang tatanggapin ko that there will be moments na mauutal ako. I'll probably say the not so right things. Maybe. And just doing it na lang and just doing my best and hoping for the best. And then learning all throughout na okay, I could have done this differently. I'll do this. And then just adjusting as we go along.
Correct.
As you mentioned din kanina, yung parang done is better than
Good.
perfect and
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Gusto ko yung mga nauutal moments. Kasi like, mautal ako, mababarok ako. Like, kahit ilang practice ko for me, usually, yung first few lines, doon ako, because I guess my body is trying to adjust to the
Yes.
stage and the sound.
Oo.
I give myself permission na parang, you know what, maybe sa first 3 sentences, you're not gonna pronounce that long E properly. Diba? That the sound might come out different.
Exactly.
For that. But I love hosting. I think it's great.
Yeah,
But also,
learn to love
diba?
learn to love it and see the value of like, wow,
Correct.
you're part of something like this. And whether it's a milestone or a corporate event, like people put time and effort and money there as well. So
Yeah.
I guess yung tinrust ka lang din
correct.
to do that.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, aalagaan mo yung role na yon.
Yes.
Yeah.
So with like the VO work and the hosting work, parang I guess you were able to, diversify pa the value or the uses of your instrument, which is your voice. Was this a conscious effort on your end to make sure na you're always kind of showing people other ways to view you, to book you? Because I think a lot of my listeners here, they are creatives or baka sumaside as creatives and they just want to make sure that they stay working. So I guess I just want to pick your brains in terms of continuing to diversify the offering.
Oo nga. No? Kasi I guess when you come out of having a regular paycheck, you don't know what's gonna happen.
Correct.
Hindi mo talaga control. Like, there are great days. We love the Burr months.
We love the Burr months.
We
We
love the Burr
do.
months so much. Pero I guess it's that. It's knowing that you don't know what's gonna happen next. Kaya maghahanap ka na lang talaga ng paraan. And I guess that there's an exciting part about it din na you know that there will always be new people coming, new experiences to do, new things to learn. So it's a choice na how long do you want to do this ba?
Yeah.
Do you enjoy this so much na you wanna keep doing this until you die? May ganon.
Yeah.
Or do you see this as just like an era of your life? Parang ganon. So I guess for me, it was a decision na I think this is one thing that I wanna do for the rest of my life if possible. If not, at least gagawin ko na lahat ng pwede kong gawin para pag natapos, edi walang regrets in a way. Ganon siya.
Yeah.
I think that's what fuels me.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Joelle. I talk for a living and I'm an overthinker. Life keeps going and the questions keep coming. But I hope you find comfort in the fact na hindi ka mag-isa. Ang dami nating overthinker, no? Sa ups and downs, twists and turns ng buhay, paano kung ituloy lang natin ang paghanap ng kasagutan? Ready? Tara! This is Joelle's Podcast. Paano kung? Powered by the Pod Network.
But also, we're in this space we're only as good as our like recent work. Diba? Like, may bagong podcast ngayon si Amy Poehler, yung Good Hang. In si Tina Fey. Basically, nasabi nila, when you are a performer, when you are, kunyari, like a comedian or a host, parang you have to kill every time. You have to hit your mark every time. As opposed to like, I guess pag model ka, pwedeng like, tamang ganda lang ngayon, and then lang. How do you hold space for grace? Like, when you do the work, and then, you don't always hit the mark.
Yeah, that happens.
Yes.
Di ba perfect? Di naman tayo pinanganak na perfect. No?
Correct.
I guess I allow myself space to be harsh to myself about it. Yung parang, okay, hindi ko to nakuha.
Gets.
Malungkot muna ako na I said something dumb.
Correct.
May ganon. I allow my feelings to be felt fully. And then after that, okay, ano pa ba gusto nating gawin? Kausap na, ano pa ang pwede nating gawin about this? Can we apologize in some way? Kasi kung wari client-facing man, there's something that maybe they noticed, apologize, own up to where we went wrong. At least we And then, what can we do moving forward so we can prepare more? Was there something that I could have maybe memorized? Should I have practiced how to pronounce this name properly? Yung mga ganung mga bagay, I guess. And get feedback from other people if possible as well. I think those things help a lot.
Yeah.
Cry, and then what can you do about it next?
gusto ko yung cry and feel your feelings. Talaga may mga times ako niya, like, for example, like, even if you are trying to, like, book a gig, and you feel like, oh my God, like, nakita ko yung brief, ako to eh. Then you don't get it. It's like, ano ba? Ano ba? Sino ba hinahanap niyo kung hindi ako? Diba?
Or sometimes parang pag ikaw yung peg, parang ikaw yung peg, pero hindi ikaw yung kinukuha. Yung mga ganang mga bagay.
Correct. Meron akong isang casting call nakuha like a few days ago, parang, hindi ko nasabi yung project name. Yung casting brief, we need someone gay. Like, really, really gay. Sabi ko, siguro naman, ako na to, di ba? Tapos, parang hindi daw. Parang, wala na akong ibabakla. Ito na po yung pinakabakla. Ano pa kailangan nyo?
Where's my gay? Not enough.
Correct! Di ba, sinabi na nga ng tatay ko na hindi ako enough. Pati ba mas pagiging bakla, hindi pa rin ako enough? Di ba? So, may mga ganun na tipong, I guess, what that teaches me is, it teaches me how to grieve efficiently.
Yes.
Na parang, okay, feel your feelings, but like, dapat 4 hours from now, ano ka na ulit?
Scheduled breakdowns.
Correct, scheduled breakdowns. Woman of the world ka na.
Yeah.
Diba?
And I think also what I would add to it is parang using the experiences from before na you won't miss yung projects na para sa'yo. Yung mga ganun din.
Ooh,
na,
yeah.
we got this, you've been in theater as well. Auditions where we did not get as much, did not get it. We're always so close. And, diba, we get more no's than yeses.
Yes.
Most of the time. So it's always going back to, okay, we didn't get this right or we didn't get this project, but before we did. And when we did get those projects, it made so much sense. Parang, oo nga no. So we won't miss, so we can't mess up what is truly ours.
Yes.
Yung reminding ourselves lang din that has helped me as well.
There's this podcast siya ni RuPaul naman at ni Michelle Visage. So because they've been in show business for so long, si RuPaul has this very, very nice parang piece of wisdom na when you enter like an audition or like a casting call, show them your shade of pink. Specifically, para if that's the shade of pink they need, they know it's you. But if you're not the shade they're looking for, when they eventually look for that shade of pink, they have you in mind.
I love
It's
that.
in a way parang it's a way for me to parang process the defeat more efficiently. But napapansin ko rin to always just trust the feeling I give in the room. Nangyari na kasi sa akin yan wherein there was an audition na parang hindi ko alam bakit ako sinama ng agent ko. So, sinama niya ako.
Okay, go.
Eh di go. But I know hindi ako yung hinaharap nila sa start pa lang. Pero like syempre hinataw pa rin naman natin. Pinatawa natin yung crew, pinatawa natin yung producer, pinatawa natin yung director. Then eventually it led to another project that actually paid even bigger. So may mga ganong gigs na parang I go back to showing up. Na parang you gotta show up, you gotta do your best. If you're not what they're looking for, trust na maybe what's for you is actually bigger than what they are looking for.
Yes, that
diba?
too. Ang laki din nun. And I think this is really hard to do, no? Especially as workaholics na creative din where a lot of us is in our work. Is remembering that yung worth natin hindi sa trabaho. Which is hard.
Which is really hard.
I'm struggling with that so much
yeah,
too.
me too.
Pero parang it helps na parang okay, you didn't get this. It doesn't mean you're worthless. It's just not it. But parang ang hirap. Ang hirap nun. And I think a lot of people will forever have to struggle with that, going back to that. But it helps to at least try to remind ourselves na trabaho ko yan pero hindi lang ako yan lahat. Ganon,
I super get that because like right now I go to tipo, okay, I'm not gonna be in work mode. I'm just gonna watch like my favorite show or like catch up with a friend over coffee. But what happens is when I surrender so much to the moment of watching a TV show or listening to my friend, I get inspiration. So now my brain starts working na parang, that can be a sketch or that can be a punchline. Diba? So it's I guess tama ka nga na parang let's just schedule everything. But easier said than done. Kasi
for sure.
I also don't want to punish myself for making work my life. You get what I'm saying?
It shouldn't be a bad thing also.
Yeah.
Parang kasi it brings you joy and that's what breathes life into your life.
Correct. Diba?
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that's a great conversation to be had with people na parang when is it too much, or ultimately it varies per
Pag
person.
na-burnout ka siguro.
Correct. And on that note, we are going to take a break because we are going to be talking about your favorite topic, burnout. Okay, so we'll be back after this break. Welcome back to Kaya Pa Ba with Joel of Paano Kung. O, di ba? So you mentioned kanina na parang burnout. Pag when you push yourself to your limit, you burn out. Of course, your podcast, Paano Kung, I mean, definitely is like burnout adjacent ang mga topics mo
Yes.
or on the brink of. But I think more than that, it's you focus on healing.
Yes.
Diba? When you get episodes of being burned out or exhausted or depleted, what is your current regimen now? How do you heal from those periods?
In fairness, umabot ako sa point na natakot na ako ma-burnout.
Gets.
Kasi, well, diving into content creation, hindi ko siya pinangarap. It was again a yes thing. Tapos hindi ko na-realize how integrated work and life would be because you are your content as well. So that was a bit tricky to handle and navigate through mga 2-3 years into content creation. So now, hinahanap ko lang yung tamang balance, scheduling things, and prioritizing the things that I've wanted to do. So now, I'm in my travel era kasi sabi ko sa sarili ko, gusto ko yung buhay na to na creative para makapag-travel ako ng maraming beses. Sabi ko, parang hindi ko naman siya nagagawa as often. Sagarin ko na kaya, let's do this and see if this is what I want to do further. And yeah, within, like for a full month, I was taking mga ilang trips, naka-5.
Wow, sana all.
Oo,
Okay.
pinaghandaan ko nga kasi ayoko nang ma-burnout. And then to see and maximize, ako si Miss Sagad So titignan ko, na-burnout ba ako from traveling? Not really. Parang, ay, gusto ko pala siya. So it's through those breaks that have been helping me. And since also with the podcast and with my content na it's very heart-heavy, where I literally get trauma dumped from people's stories. Kasi yun naman ang kwento. I just remember also na to shut it down when I do not want to hear that. I have certain channels. Kasi sometimes wala nang boundaries somewhere. They would send me emails, Telegram messages of their problems.
Got it.
Yeah, so those are things na I've taught myself na I don't have to carry that kasi wala naman akong responsibility there. And yeah, so business hours, I guess, would help a lot in a way. Yeah.
So you talk about the podcast and, being on the receiving end of like trauma dumps. Your podcast has been around for like 4 years, 100 plus episodes. What have you noticed in terms of what do people want now? Like, what are they longing for? I'm sure you are able to see a trend. Like, ano yung hinahanap ng mga taong mga nasa senior high lang versus mga nasa mid-20s and then maybe the older ones? What have you noticed with them?
Everyone is looking for love, to be seen, and it's a pattern I've noticed is people kind of forget that they have to love themselves first.
Ooh.
They look for love in all the wrong places.
Ooh!
Yun yung nakikita ko at the very least. But then, you wouldn't realize it's wrong at that time. Kasi parang, you have to go to the wrong place to know that it's a wrong place and then go to the right place and then realizing, dito lang pala ako dapat muna.
Yeah. Gets.
Yeah, so that is what I've noticed. In like 100 plus of the Paano Kungs, it always just goes back to, how do you love yourself ba kasi?
How do you love yourself ba? And actually, ganun rin naman tong podcast na to eh. Yun rin naman talaga, it's all about self-love. And in terms of yung conversations that people have when it comes to self-love, I'm sure you notice na the younger generation definitely are more emboldened to like say how they feel or what they feel versus the older ones. How has this informed you as a millennial? Kasi because you get a lot of like young people, how have they influenced the way you heal or the way you deal with life?
This is so interesting kasi with the way that you've questioned it, I realized na sobrang open book ko. Like when people say they listen to my podcast, so basically alam mo na yung mga kwento ko tungkol sa mga katangahan ko sa buhay kasi dun ko na halos nilatag lahat. Bago ko pakinggan yung sa inyo, nilatag ko kung saan ako nanggaling. galing. So I guess that's why they can relate because nandun yung kalat. In-embrace ko yung kalat.
In-embrace mo yung
when
kalat.
I guess before we weren't allowed to do that.
Oh, yes.
And I guess thankfully, I don't know if it's a good thing, it's a bad thing. There are pros and cons to that we only just had Multiply at the time. My friends that post the photos. But
Not to date
imagine-
ourselves, but Multiply was a thing. It was big. It was all the rage. Oh.
But imagine having TikTok when you were in high school or college.
Oh my God, yeah.
How messy would we have probably been?
Correct.
Or like yung mga ibang labas. So, you say that like the Gen Zs and the kids are more expressive, but I would also say mas maingat din sila with the things they put because everything is out there already.
Gets.
So there's also that like tiny detail. Because we were free to be messy without the digital.
Which is, now we realize it's a gift, right? Oh my
That
God,
too.
thank God I was able to, sport a cringy ban
Yeah.
and not have a lot of evidence online. Diba?
Exactly.
Correct.
So I think there are good things that happened and also in each generation at least and in each experience. But it's nice and interesting seeing na even if I'm talking to people who are 10, 15 years younger, ay nakaka-relate pa rin pala kayo. Medyo tanga pa rin pala tayo at some point. There's a commonality here that we make decisions that are questionable but then contribute to our growth at some point in time.
And of course, speaking of love, yung particular heartbreak that you went through was a very big nexus event in the timeline of
Yes.
your career, diba?
Yes.
Ultimately, ano yung lesson na yon for you now in terms of being able to give advice about love? Are you more pragmatic when you give advice, or are you actually more idealistic? Are you ano ka, after that heartbreak, kumbaga, post-Thanos snap, post-Thanos snap, like how did it change you?
I think it's more, mas nag-make sense lang din lahat ng mga sinasabi ng mga tao around. Kasi you don't listen eh. There are points in time where you hear already these lessons pero hindi ka pa ready pakinggan. And then you just, I guess it takes a particular moment in time where you have to get hurt at a certain way where you're like, okay, ayoko na. I don't wanna feel shitty about my life anymore. Then I gotta do something about it kasi there's a pattern na paulit-ulit ko nang nasasaktan sarili ko with my choices. May mga ganong things. And when you kind of switch that, that's when everything else shifts. So I think with the way I communicate like my insights when they ask for it, it's more because like, ano bang gusto mong mangyari in this point in period of your time? I don't tell them to do this and that. Kasi at the end of the day, choice mong magpakatangan kung gusto mo. Because there's also a value there. And wala akong moral ascendancy doon. Kasi naging tanga din ako. So I can't say na I'm better than you because I did all that. So I think that's what helps also with the way I communicate with them is, these were my dumb mistakes. Make other ones if you want to.
Correct. Kumbaga, kanya-kanya tayo ng healing journey.
Oo,
diba?
ganun siya.
And I'm sure by now you know na healing is not a linear thing
Oh,
you go
yeah.
through. Maraming stop and starts. When you were trying to heal from that particular heartbreak, how messy did it look like before you were able to say, I'm actually making a lot of progress now?
Yung messy na yun kasi I think, well, the pandemic was part of it. That kind of helped amplify that as well. It was, mess.
So, pwedeng messy ka ngayon, tapos magugulat ka bukas parang like, you got it already. Diba?
I feel ko nga hindi pa nga rin. Well, it was a series of big messes that led to the pandemic with the world stopping for me to be like, okay, hindi na siya healthy. Wait lang. Tas, you know, when you're in a heartbreaking moment, like one of those big heartbreaks where you feel like the world stops and you wish the world stops. And in fairness, the world did stop.
Yeah.
So that helped me kind of put my ducks in order again and kind of figure that out properly in the right way. But when all of that happened, I still have all the mess that helped me like reach out and speak in a certain way that helped like snap in certain people's in mga listeners din.
You know, I'm hearing a lot of like accountability and like radical love from you na tipong, yeah, I made that mess, I worked on it, and I still wear those messes as parang like badges of honor. Itong accountability part, when did this start parang coming into the equation of the healing?
Timeline-wise, it was during the pandemic kasi wala ka na talaga pwedeng gawin. The
Correct.
usual coping
Correct.
mechanisms, which are, going out with friends,
Yeah.
just meeting other cute people, traveling, having good food. Wala yun lahat eh. So
Correct.
you're like, anong gagawin ko? Wala akong gagawin ko. Di ka usap mo sarili mo. Kailangan mo na siyang harapin. And then, there's a decision that has to be made eh. Na parang, okay, all of us have certain patterns in our life. Diba meron ako mga na-encounter kasi na parang I always meet people, parang lagi yung mga nade-date ko, may jowa na pala. Or lagi yung mga
Okay.
nade-date ko, ginughost ako. We
Okay.
all have a certain pattern in our
Okay.
life, whether it's
What
in
was your
love eh.
pattern? Just to like get more vulnerable.
I always went for people who would hurt me.
Oh.
Kasi gusto ko maging Bob the Builder. Gusto silang i-fix. Ganyan. In some way. I see the potential.
Paano kung i-fix ko siya?
Oo,
Okay.
Oo, parang yung mga tropes kasi naman nung tayo, high school, the peak of the rom-com era is always the bad boy that, that falls for the nice girl and fixes his ways. Yun yung mga lagi kong nakikita. So yun yung naging pattern ko. In-embody ko yung pattern na yun of falling for people who would hurt you. Na alam mo nang sasaktan ka na, ganyan.
Get.
So, this was happening way too much, way too often. And I was like, gusto ko pa ba to? Bakit ko pa ulit-ulit ginagawa to sa sarili ko? And from realizing and noticing na, okay, I keep doing this. Why? Why do I look for others to and hope that they love me? Bakit hindi ko binibigay to sa sarili ko? Bakit binibigay ko sa kanila yung trabaho na mahalin ng sarili ko? Those were things that I had to face within myself and answer myself. Yeah. And I guess that's where I had to start being radically accountable. Na okay, hindi kasi bad boy siya. Kasi may problema, fuckboy siya, sinaktan niya ako. Pero bakit ko hinayaan mo na knowing all these
Correct.
things?
So bakit?
Oo, bakit? Because I wanted to see change. I wanted them to change for me.
Oh, so
Yeah.
parang for you, that was the signal of parang they love you because they changed for you.
Oo, they left their ways. Tapos ako yung minahal. Ganon. Oo, may value there daw. I thought that was
Correct.
cool at the time.
Interesting. Na-connect mo ito sa anong childhood trauma or sa anong happening in your childhood?
Ooh, yeah. So, syempre, it's always there. You always have to go to the root of these
Correct.
things. And it goes back to me being super shy and I felt like I didn't have a voice.
Which was you mentioned earlier. Look at that. We got a loop. Okay.
Oo. Diba yun yung pattern? Hindi lang siya sa love eh. Connected yun lahat eh. So I didn't think I was worthy to go for what I wanted, to take up space. So pinoject ko yung ibang tao, ganyan. Or I was hoping that other people would choose me kasi I didn't know how to choose myself and step out in there. Yan. So there were so many wow, I didn't think I was worthy at the time or going there. So dun siya nag-connect. And then I found my voice at some point.
I love it. And wow, grabe. Pasabog. So, I mean, I wanted to go there. Well, you got us there, girl. So now, I guess, in being a podcaster and being a resource person for advice, for healing, how do you make sure that you are in tip-top condition to give advice? You know what I'm saying? Kasi ako parang, parang for me, ang hirap magbigay ng advice when in fact, like behind the cameras, I'm just trying to figure out how to put food on the table for my kids. And you know what I'm saying? Na parang, a big part of it is just we gotta fake it first, diba? Para we give this illusion that we know what we're doing. Pero when you give advice, how do you make sure lang na you are still coming from a place that is true to you and something that will resonate with the person asking it?
Yeah, actually, I think I'm at a point in time where I'm trying to figure that out. Kasi when I started content on TikTok and the podcast, parang late 20s, entering 30s, and that was a different life stage. I was like, I had a lot of realizations from all my dumb decisions in my 20s and stuff like that. But things are changing din now as I enter a new era of my life. 30s, married, ganyan, tas different life stage lang. So there are times where I kind of chose to answer different questions muna.
Yeah.
Na hindi related to the 20s katangahan muna. I focused on finding myself, which was that was our question.
Yeah.
finding the spark in life again and finding direction. And then, so there was a moment, and there are moments in time where I'm like, do I want to keep talking about love? Parang just questioning, where are we at? Nag-audit tayo, ganyan, diba? May mga times din na parang, okay, parang I don't want to talk about love first. So shift there. But then, in fairness, nami-miss ko rin. And like, I have so many insights pa rin. Because I have friends who would ask, paano ka may patience to talk about it? Kasi minsan when they pag nagsisit in sila, pag nagla-live ako and stuff and I answer people's question about love, I was like, I actually really do enjoy talking about it then. Just because it's so nice knowing na at least yung mga katangahan ko are helping other people in some way.
What I'm getting is that because you now have a better understanding of yourself, you make room for everyone. Like your love for giving love advice, your love for the self-help, and then your love for healing topics.
Yeah.
Diba? I think as creatives, it's always making sure everyone is properly attended to.
Yeah.
Because I think rin, we're just vessels for all the things that inspire us.
That's true.
Diba?
Ganda nun,
Yeah.
yes.
So,
and it's kind of just shifting it and turning it into something else. Ganyan. Yeah.
So, I guess to sort of end the episode on a high note, how do you stay inspired these days? Anong pinapanood mo sa Netflix now? Is there a hobby you're wanting to pursue? Saan ang next big travel destination?
So, like you, I thrive in doing so many things. I like knowing na, what's next? Here, ha, ganyan. Pero because of my fear din of burnout, I make sure not to sagad to that point. So, recently, like, I had a big project from last year na natapos yung kasal ko, which that, like, poured my creative energy there, and the post-wedding blues, so, like, super real siya. And between that, I was like, okay, what do I do next? Ayoko pa mag-anak. Okay, so what do we do next? What do I want to do? So, I started, like, listing down, like, a list of side quests and things that I want to do. Na, for some reason, hindi ko pa siya na-check off, hindi ko pa nagagawa because of whatever, life, budget, time, hindi ko na pa-prioritize. So, revisit ko lang siya, like if I want to take a new class, if I want to travel here. So, kaya ngayon nasa travel era nga ako because sabi ko, ang tagal ko nang sinabi na gusto ko mag-travel like almost every week. So, I'm making that happen now. And through these experiences, through new learnings, it kind of refreshes what I can bring as a creative.
Yeah.
So that helps a lot.
Yeah. So you come back like a more fueled podcaster, a more fueled creative. And that's very important. I think the burnout conversation, the self-love, definitely the pandemic was a big catalyst in terms of like why we are having that conversation. But I'd like to see the conversation shift to parang inspiration na in general.
Yeah.
Because, let's focus on the things that give us joy, even if it's just for the day, right? Yeah.
Or just finding something new
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, kasi I think as creatives then parang, yun yung hindi natin, we cannot keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yeah.
So it's always just finding something new to read, to hear, to meet and experience.
Yeah.
So I think that's what will always keep us going. Because there's something exciting to figure out. Ganon.
And ultimately, that is the thesis of your podcast, Paano Kung. So, sa mga tao po dito na hindi pa kilala si Joelle, i-follow nyo po siya sa Instagram, i-follow nyo po ang kaniyang podcast. But sis, manawagan ka sa ating constituents on where they can find you.
Nananawagan mo ba? Hinahanap ko na po yung anak ko. Ibang ano pala. Yeah, so I am an overthinker, overdoer, over everythinger. If you can relate to that in some way, I am. I have a podcast called Paano kung saan sinasagot ko ang maraming paano kung sa buhay. Online, I'm everywhere at Joelle OL on TikTok and Instagram. And yeah, ready to explore whatever life has to share. And yung mga more yeses to more lives.
Yes,
Ganaps.
gusto natin yung mga more yeses. And that is it for this episode of Kaya Pa Ba? Maraming salamat. Don't forget to rate and review us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. Follow us on Instagram, that's Kaya Pa Ba Pod, and I am Baus Rufo on Instagram, and hey, it's Baus on TikTok. Kita-kita po tayo ulit sa aming next episode. Goodbye, and kayanin mo yan today, sis. Bye!
The opinions of podcast creators, hosts, and guests are not necessarily reflective of the official stance of the Pod Network Entertainment, its hosts, or other network programs. The content created by the people behind the podcast is personal and not meant to harm any religion, ethnicity, group, organization, company, or individual.